Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. So today for your meditative session, I saw the Temperance card. Gemini, what I'm getting with the Temperance card is either you seek, either a peace. I think it works both hand in hand. Like you want peace in your life, you want tranquility, you want to be like calm and stable, right? And I think it doesn't only work that that's what you want, but you're going to try to find it in your life. And if that means having to kind of separate yourself from certain people, getting away from certain situations, talking to like a minimum of people that kind of don't give you like a headache, I want to say, then that's what you're going to do. But you're just looking for peace, trying to find peace. And for you, I think it's actually going to be easier than you think it is to find it, because first it comes within, and I just feel like you're gonna, if you need to cut people off, you're gonna cut them off. If you just don't want, like, you're not gonna go seek anyone who doesn't give you peace or who causes any sort of issues in your life. So yeah, I just see a very peaceful energy that you want to be in, and that you're not going to you're not going to let it go of it quickly. Like you're going to work for it, right? I feel like it's more of just protecting your energy and keeping peace within yourself, but there could be, like, I feel like it's more of an outer problem, like the people around you, the circumstances around you, where you live, who you like enact with every day is the problem. But it could also be inner conflict within. But whichever one it is for you, Gemini, I see that like that's what you're working on, and the divine is like trying to help you with that piece. Like they're there to help you, right? So that's what I got for your meditative session, Gemini. Let's pull some cards and see what we get. So Gemini, I see that you may have gone through a certain death and rebirth process, meaning there's something in your life that has changed, and it's caused you to kind of shed an old skin and kind of come into a new one, right? And the new skin that you're in, the new way that you've transformed, like the new thing that I see you working on is peace, right? And I feel like it's been a lot of work, and I feel like you've needed a lot of aid. It could be from like spirit, it could be like from anyone in your life that like supports you, but it's been like a long cycle of trying to like release a lot of heavy negative energies so that you could come into this peace. Like there's been also, like, it's not only an outer thing, but it was also an inner thing, right? Like there's been some sort of inner conflict within that has caused you to kind of need time to reflect on things that have happened in your life, like past experiences that have hurt you, things that like you don't really want to talk about. But this new you, all they seek is peace, right? All this like person wants is peace. That's all I see. I keep hearing like all you want is peace. Like you don't want to fight, you don't want to argue. You're going towards like the path of least resistance, right? So you're just going to flow, and you're just going to see where that takes you, because I feel like it's like you're just over it. You're just over it, right? Yeah, I feel like you're coming out of a path that was like that was like heavy fighting. Like, do you see how like this person's cloak is tattered? The crone's cloak is tattered. What I'm seeing with this card today, with your reading, is more of like you're coming out of a period, like instead of this person going towards that path, I see you coming out of it. And that path in the past was hard. It was heavy. It was hard. It was full of arguing. Like, I just keep hearing arguing and heavy energy. People that like didn't really it's not even people that didn't support you. It's just a heavy, like burden, like a hard. Everything was like a lesson. Everything seemed like to be very kind of opposing you, and it was just like a heavy cycle. It could be it could be in any realm, but just a heaviness where you had to kind of fight for everything. Everything was kind of a fight, right? To kind of remain within yourself was a fight. To remain in your own energy was a fight, right? Like, you had to work on it. Maybe you needed a lot of alone time, like to get away from people, because like you didn't feel protected, right? You didn't feel supported. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that like they're supporting you. Like, do you see the crone is alone? Like, she is alone, but there is a crow here. And the crow to me reflects like spirit being by her side. So although like you might walk this path kind of alone, where this new path towards like what you seek might, like, you might be dropping a few people, or some of you might feel like actually alone, or some of you might have a lot of people around you, but like only a certain group of people understand you, and it's hard for you to like be near those people. So the people that you're with most of the time are not like the same people, right, that you kind of want to be around. So it's kind of like, it's like moving your energy towards the area of least resistance, right? And that involves like not resisting yourself, right? Like, things are probably coming towards you, and I think the guide is also like whatever is coming towards you might be meant for you. Sometimes things are challenges for us and we have to like overcome them, but some things are meant for us. And I think that you've come from a mindset where like you can't really trust a lot of things, so you kind of push things away immediately without like giving them a chance. So I think that like one of the messages here is like, because you've come from this path of like heaviness, you might be like untrusting of like new people in your life. And I feel like some of those new people were meant to, so that you wouldn't feel so alone. So I feel like the message is to kind of embrace them and not push them away, right? Which is like, I feel like a tendency of someone who's been through a lot. But I think there's some people that are coming that you can trust. Of course, like, be mindful, right? Like, use your own perception on things that are happening. But I do feel like, for the most part, Spirit is going to try to send you people so that you don't feel alone. So the message is kind of like, use your discernment. But yeah, there are some people that you can trust, right? I feel like something that I need to tell you is that the energy of the past, where you might have felt that heavy energy, it was all part of teaching you certain things that you needed to learn to move forward. And now that you're moving forward, I feel like maybe now you're going to have a lot of options. Maybe that was like always meant for you to have a lot of options. It was always meant for you to be I don't know. I feel like it's like you were always meant for something, like for the good that's coming and the good that's on your way, and like to let go of that past energy. Like, it's not going to be that heavy anymore. Like, do you see how the sun is coming out behind her? Like, the sun is going to shine on you, and it will bring you a lot of peace. It will bring you balance. It will bring you, I'm mostly getting balance. Like, you see how, like, I don't know, like, it's going to bring you balance. It's going to feel stable. And I feel like that's an energy you're not familiar with because you've been going through it for such a long time, or like that's the only energy you know. So you don't really know how to feel stable. But there is stability coming for you. And with the Destiny card, it's like, it's an inevitable thing. And the past was also like unavoidable. Like there's just certain things that you had to go through to get to this peace, to this clarity, to like, to know where it is that you want to be in life. And like, it was through all those trials, right? It was through all those like hardships. It was through that heavy time. And now with the Destiny card, it's like there's a rebirth, right? Like you've been rebirthed, you've changed, right? You're not the same person that you were. And that's what's allowing like this destiny to take forth. Like maybe you've shifted into a more positive mindset. Maybe whatever you've done that's a change, or the changes that you want to make, like that's what's necessary for this new chapter in your life to start, right? And I feel like here it's part of the change that you've made is letting go of the ego. And like, instead of being in this energy, the ego, right? This is like my ego card. Instead of being in this energy of ego, in this energy of control, this energy of I need to control like everything that happens. I need like, instead of that, it's more of like going with the flow of things, right? Like, do you see how this looks like water? It's like embracing the flow of the way life is, right? Embracing how sometimes it can be unpredictable, but we can control our emotions, right? We can control who we are, and that's what you're doing. You're like taking responsibility for who you are, and instead of letting things like saying, oh, well, that just happened to me. Oh, I couldn't help it. It happened to me. It's like, no, I did that. I chose to act that way. Like, this was a negative situation, and instead of acting in like a positive manner, I acted badly. But like that's not an energy that I like resonate with anymore. I don't want to be in that energy anymore. So if I have to change my circumstances, I will. But just know that there will always be tests, and you personally want to work in a more positive way. Like you're letting the ego go, you're letting the control go, you're letting like time go. Like it doesn't have to be what you say, how you say, and what you want it to be. It's going to just flow. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you're going to receive people in your life and opportunities in your life, and you might not understand why they're coming your way. And you might be a little apprehensive at like what you're seeing. Is this right for me? Like, why is this coming for me? Like, maybe you feel, I don't know if it's like you don't deserve it or you don't trust it, whatever you're feeling, but it's like they're coming for you because you're flowing with the energy. So new opportunities are going to come for you. I feel like a lot of this is like creative endeavors, creative projects, like love, right? It could also, it's like, it's the manner in which you're working though. It's like you're working from the heart, you're working from the soul, you're working from like a positive place. So naturally, like positive things are what you're looking for, right? So you're gonna be like weary of the negative things, and you're not gonna want those things in your life. So you're gonna spot them out immediately, and you're gonna be like, I don't need this, and you're gonna walk away from it. Right? But I just hope that you recognize the positive ones too, because I know that you could be, I mean, we all have issues, right? Like trust issues. Yeah, I think something very positive is going to come into your life soon, or maybe the new opportunities, or you're just starting to see them, or you haven't started to see them yet, but they're coming, and it's like, just be patient, like they're coming. Or or some of them might be in your present reality and you just haven't deciphered them yet. And your job isn't to know, it's just to go with the flow. As long as you're like respecting yourself and respecting others, that then like going with the flow is easy, right? Yeah, I feel like the divine is trying to take you out of that heavy reality from the past. And I see this as like, I don't know, I see this as like you looking up and then like being taken away. Like being transported somewhere else, right? I don't know how to explain it. It's like maybe it's like you've had a lot of faith in not only yourself, but like trust in the divine, trust in the universe, trust in spirituality, like trust that, like here with the faith card, that things could be different for you, that your reality could shift. Like it doesn't matter. Like I see like there's so much darkness behind her, but like as soon as she's stepping into the light, like she's going to be transported. Like I feel like the divine's going to take her somewhere And the reason that the divine is going to take her somewhere is because they've had faith all along in the divine. They had faith that also in themselves, that they could take themselves out of this negative situation and into a more positive one. And it's like a new beginning. And it's because you've like always believed, right? Or now you're starting to believe. For some of you, it's starting to believe, but I feel like you've been believing, you've been hoping, you've been praying, you've been wishing, and it's like they're going to help you with this new beginning because you have transformed, you have changed, you're coming from a different place, right? You're not coming from a place of ego, you're coming from a place of love. So the divine like wants to like give you kind of a gift, and it's in something new. And I really feel like with the child card, sometimes I feel like this is a healing that has to take place for the inner child, but I feel like for this, it's something like that's going to please your inner child. Maybe the shift that you've made is pleasing your inner child. Like maybe you don't know that you're healing it by kind of being kind to it. You know, like there's things that make our inner child happy. There's things that we can do to like please the inner child within us, right? And I feel like that is kind of the way that you're living more now. That could be like something that you didn't even know, but I'm like here to tell you, you're by healing and like rebirthing yourself, you're working more from this aspect of yourself. You know, we have like our feminine, our masculine, and I feel like we have our inner child, and I feel like you're working more from a place of your inner child, like, and that like the inner child is like happy. It's like saying thank you to you, and because you're working more in a place of like what pleases the inner child in you. For me, I feel like it's not as much as a healing as like more of a pleasing. Maybe there's some place you like, let's just say you've always wanted to go to Disney World and you're like, I really want to go to Disney World. I'm not a kid anymore, but I really want to go. It's just something that'll make me happy. Like I'm not a kid anymore, but I want to, like that's just somewhere I want to go. Maybe nobody took you and you're like, well, I've always wanted to go, I'm going to go. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a childish act, something maybe you wanted to do as a kid, but you're like, as an adult, you're like, I'm going to do it. It was important to me then and I want to like do it. And you're going to do it. And it's like those types of things where you're bringing happiness to yourself, fulfilling yourself, is what's going to transport you to like this new reality. Like the divine is going to help you. And I don't know, that's what I'm getting with this. It's like whatever you're doing, like the inside of you is smiling, right? The inner child within you is smiling. It's happy at whatever you're doing. So if you are doing something new, keep it up. And like if you're not, or like if you feel like this isn't taking place in your life yet, it's like working from a place of love instead of ego. That's already something that like shifts us from within, right? And I feel like remembering who you are and doing things that, not that you learned, but things that you want to do, like you remember innately, like within you, like, oh, I like to do this, so I'm just gonna go do it. Like me as a kid, I like to collect rocks. Super weird. No one ever understood it. And now like this huge crystal thing is going on, and it helped me remember that I used to have like 50 rocks in my room, and I used to show them to my friends, and I was like, it was like the weirdest thing as a kid to do. No one had like a collection of rocks and geodes and all this weird shit, but I did. And then one day my sister starts like collecting crystals, and I'm like, oh my god, like I love this. I absolutely love this. And I completely forgot there was something that I did, you know what I mean? Like I didn't remember. I think I gave them away as a teenager and I like completely forgot about them. So now seeing them, like it just makes me happy. Like seeing this crystal here, just like it makes me happy, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like there might be stuff that you like wanted to do as a child. That's what I'm getting. Like something that you did as a child or something that you wanted to do as a kid that you couldn't do or like you forgot about, but you're going to remember how to do it. Or you're going to remember to work from that space of love, and it's going to create abundance in your life because you've like kept the faith, right? Okay, Gemini, let's see what advice you have. Okay, Gemini, you guys got and spirit number 1, time to collaborate. What I'm getting with this is it's like a collaboration, not only with spirit, right? Not only with the universe, but with your own self, with your own inner child, with your own desires, from things that are like subconscious within you, things that you like are yet to even be consciously aware of. There are things that you are going to be focused on, like new things that are going to arise for you. And with 1, it's like the beginning of a cycle for you. It's the beginning of this brand new cycle. It's the beginning of like stepping into a new era of you working from a place of love, from a place, and I feel like this is also to tell you, like, this, it's not supposed to be hard work. This, like, this new time period, it's supposed to be, do you see how the ego is like working so hard? Like, they have the chisel and the hammer, like, it's so much work to work in ego, but it's not a lot of work to work in love. It should come naturally to you. And that's also what I'm getting with Yemoja, the goddess of all that flows. I'm an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. Like, I think this is a call for some of you guys to like go towards water, because she is literally like the queen of water. She works like she's I don't know how to explain it, but like the ocean is behind her. She has a mermaid tail. And I feel like for some of you, water will be really healing to you, like going to the beach, sitting in water. Why is water healing? Because it brings you back to where you began, which was, you know, it within the womb, you were in water, right? And it's saying like there's a lot of stress relief. There's a lot of like anything that's like when you feel trapped in your mind and you feel like you're thinking too much, like this is a call to go like one towards water. It's also a call to, like, if you have a creative project that you want to get started, like it's time to do it. Like you have and spirit time to collaborate. So once you start working from within on what it is that you want, like realizing what consciously you want to get done, like what is it that what's your heart's desire, right? Like what is it that you've always wanted to create? She will help you. Like she wants to help you. She's saying like it will be not like it will be fruitful. Like it could be fruitful, but it's like first knowing what it is that you desire and like going towards it, like not being afraid, like letting the creative energy flow from within you towards your project, right? Like there's something within you that is going to, like, because of this rebirth, is going to come from you. And yeah, there's just something about the water. Like go towards the water, take a bath, like heal yourself, like let that mental energy kind of go away so that you can work from your soul, right? If you're working, like a lot of people are like, oh, I have to work from my mind, I have to do all these creative projects, it's all from my mind. Like no, create from love, create from what it is, you know, what you remember. Like not something, it doesn't have to be something learned, it can be something that just comes naturally to you, but that's what you're supposed to create. Like that's what's meant for you to create, something that comes naturally to you. Anyway, Gemini, I hope that this helped. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.